Okay, you guys, it's Lindsay with mycreativedays.com, and I am going to show you how I am going to make this Santa sign with Chalk Couture. I thought it was the cutest. It's kind of an old-time Santa, and so I thought I'd take you guys with me and show you how this is done. I had a board in the garage, and so I just sanded that, and I stained it with some gray stain. And so doesn't want to come out of the tube. Okay. Okay, so this is what the transfer looks like. And down here it has a number 1, and this is a number 2. So the transfer is where you're doing one over the other. It's nice because they tell you which one to do first. So I am just cutting along the little space here that it gives you. Okay, and I'll just cut this one out too while I'm here. And then, as always, I need to go grab some paper towels. I didn't grab those. So I'm going to use red paste, the green paste, and then obviously the white paste. I have some squeegees here. I grabbed a smaller one this time for some of the smaller areas. And then I have popsicle sticks, and I grabbed some of these so then I can, this is what I take the chalk paste out of, or out with. Okay, so let me grab my towel. Okay. Just gonna pull the transfer off, set this aside, and I'm just gonna kind of put it on a towel just because it's the first time I'm using it, and I don't want it to stick too hard to this wood board, so then when I peel it up all the chalk comes off. Totally just eyeballing this, so it does not have to be perfect for me. And then I'm just going to smooth this down. You can use some natural wax on the board too to help with the sticking. I'm not doing that on this one, but you can, they sell it in the Chalk Couture store, or if you had some at home too, just for projects, you could use that too. Okay, so now I'm just gonna, obviously I'm gonna make this part, all of this part white, and then up here I want this red, right? Just a minute, no, all of this is gonna be white. And then when I put this over it, nope, that's gonna be red. Okay, you guys, it just takes me a minute. So I'm just gonna stir up my paste. I added water to this the last time I used it, and so now it's perfect. I'm just gonna put the paste around where I'm going to slide it over the transfer. Oh, don't do it that way. And then some up here on his face, and down here. I love the old-time Santas, vintage looking Santas. So I was excited to get this transfer. Okay, and now I'm just gonna use the squeegee. Oh, I shouldn't shut that because I'll have extra. Let me come down here first. Just right over that transfer, all over those. And then all the excess, you just put right back in here. So nothing goes to waste. And I'm just trying to be extra careful around here because I do want that to be red. And then up here, I want it to be white. Let me get this excess off. Every time I do this, I'm always amazed how easy it is. And then in no time, I have a custom sign that I didn't slave hours over or have to spend a ton of money on. The transfers can be used over and over again, which I love because I feel like I'm getting more bang for my buck then. Anytime I can save. Okay, up here, it's kind of, and the chalk is really nice because you can, it's erasable. You know, on a chalkboard, you can just erase it off your chalkboard and then reuse it. Can you guys tell that I'm having a hard time talking and doing this at the same time? Okay, I'm just trying to be extra careful. Okay. Up here in this area, just don't want to get it on any of the red parts. What I want to be red. This little squeegee is perfect for these little areas. There we go. And then, I think I want that red. And then I'm gonna run and get some paper towels. Whenever I work on a bigger project like this, I like to put down some damp paper towels over what I just did so then it doesn't dry out and then it's easier to pull off. But I'm going to do the red part first and then I will add the wet paper towel. So I'm just right now cleaning off my squeegees. Right here. And then I'm going to open the red. Okay, I'm going to open the red. I was second guessing myself again. Is this part supposed to be red? Okay, just give it a little stir. I'm just going to put it around this area. I don't need a ton. It's just that little area of the hat. I'm going to use the small squeegee again. And then I'm just going to go over that area. Try not to get it on any of the white. I've seen some people do like an ombre, which looks really cool if you put a couple of colors together. it looks really cool. So it's not like, you know, if you got a couple colors together, it's not the end of the world. It actually looks pretty cool. I'm just trying to keep this red and white separated. And when you have a double layered transfer like this, obviously you have to let the first layer dry fully before you add the second one on. So I'll probably put my little space heater that I always have on in my office up around here. Not directly on it, but just to help with the drying process. Okay, I'm just going over where I went just to get all the excess off. And now I'm going to lay the damp paper towels over it. It just helps. So just if in case the chalk dried a little too much, because it's a bigger transfer, so it's not, takes me a little bit longer to do it. So the chalk can dry, and then you'll have a hard time, or you'll pull it up, pull the chalk up when you're pulling the transfer off. So while that's on there, I'm just gonna make sure I close all of my chalk paste so then it doesn't dry out. And some days I'm more messier than others. Okay. And now I just pat that down a little bit. Just pat it. You don't want to rub it because you don't want to move all the chalk, but so I just pat it down a little bit. I was more worried about the white chalk than the red, because the red I just did, but and then make sure your hands are clean so you don't get the chalk anywhere else. It's time to pull it up. Oh my goodness. There is my first layer of this Santa picture. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, this has had time to dry, so I'm gonna try the second transfer. And you just wanna line it up. Right over the transfer. I just kind of went with his eyes. I put his eyes right in there. Whoops. And I think I'm just going to, I'm looking at this, go over this with white. Or maybe a gray. Okay, so it's more of like a shadow. So I'm going to use, I'm just mixing black and white. I had this cup here, so I'm just gonna mix these two together to make it gray. Oh, you guys see that in there? Let me cover my chalk paste. Okay, so I am just going to dot this gray kind of around all these areas that I'm gonna go over. I like that you can just mix the colors together to get what you want. It's pretty flexible, which for me, that means everything. Okay. I'll start there and then we'll see what else we need. I'm just going to use my medium-sized squeegee. I could get the big one out for this, but I'll use this. Just gonna go right over that. Well, I had more than enough. I didn't think I had enough on there. Just scrape off your excess. Yeah, I made a lot more than I needed. It's all right. I can put this in a little plastic jar I have, and it will save. Okay. Just gonna pat this down a little bit. I'll leave the red up above so then it doesn't bleed through. Okay. Make sure my hands, and they're not, are clean. That's why it's always good to have damp paper towels around you, because if you're anything like me, you're bound to make a mess. So someday I'm gonna learn how to be a, oh, look at that. So cute. I thought I'd share you this. You buy these little plastic bins at the Dollar Tree or dollar store, and this is what I use for any excess. If I'm mixing the chalk together, the chalk paste. And so I'm going to put, I want to put this Joyful Christmas down at the bottom. I'm still learning how to work the camera when it looks upside down. And okay, so I'm just going to take that off. And again, I'm just going to eyeball it. Try to keep it. Now this would drive my husband mad because he likes to have everything measured perfect. And if he was here, I'd probably have him measure it out, but I'm fine with just eyeballing it. I don't have time for everything to be perfect, and that's not real life, right? So I'm gonna open this bright green. Grab one of my sticks and just stir it up. Be careful not to get it on the Santa, and then let me just make sure. You just want to make sure you get it secure. If you didn't, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but you just want those crisp lines. I'm just going to use my little squeegee for this because the other one is in the sink. I like this color green. I have a different color. Again, I put too much on there. And it's habit for me to just shut my, because you don't want them to dry out. If they did though, like I've said, you just add water to it and then they're right back to normal. Just add a little bit of water at a time and then get it to the consistency, the right consistency, and then you're good to go. And I added a little bit of natural wax right here, and I kind of like the way what it did to the wood. So I might, when this is all dry, I might go over it with, and I'll show you what I'm using. It's just a natural wax. You can buy it online. You can buy it in any home improvement store, but it's just like a wax you would just rub over the wood. So ready to pull this guy off. And there it is. I love this sign, you guys. Here, sorry, you guys, I kind of just hit the wrong button there, but there it is. I will wait till this dries. I'll get a good photo of it. I'm moving it the wrong way, so you guys. And then, but you guys, this Chalk Couture makes it super easy to make these fun signs. Thanks for watching.